In 1904, St. Louis was the fourth largest city in the United States, and the population peaked out in the 50s. Many of the old manufacturing companies of St. Louis initially moved out of St. Louis. So that was the base, really, of St. Louis employment. About 20 years ago, a number of people got together and said, we need to work on developing other ways of building St. Louis, of providing jobs in St. Louis. And the decision was made to try to build on the scientific community. And that's what we've done in terms of Cortex and the biotech effort. We've expanded it somewhat to call ourselves the innovation community, and that's a broader umbrella involving more kinds of startups and entrepreneurial activities. Many of the people, including myself, that have been involved in this effort for 15, 20 years were all recruited one way or another by Bill Danforth. And in my case, Bill came to see me and he said, I hear you understand real estate, I hear you understand cities, and I'd like to see if I could interest you in helping to develop facilities for this growing scientific community. There's nobody around, including me, that would ever turn Bill Danforth down. He certainly is one of the wisest people I've ever met. And so I said, sure. Cortex is a biotech and numeric technology research park that is in the central west end of St. Louis. It's about 190 acres. We've been in business now for 14 years at Cortex, which is a not-for-profit, and there are currently just under 300 businesses located in Cortex. We've created about 5,000 jobs. We've built a little over 1 million square feet of office space for these companies, and there's over $500 million of private investment in the project. These are, in their own way, sort of micro-communities, and the people that work in these communities want to live nearby. We have a little bit of retail. We have some really wonderful restaurants in Cortex, and I guess the words of live, work, play really describe what the people that are into a lot of these companies are looking for. The strong urban cores are what build the reputation of a city. That's where the good public transportation is, that's where the arts and educational institutions are, and the same thing's true in St. Louis. In addition to that, you have this whole millennial movement of younger people who don't want to live in the suburbs. They want to live in the urban areas. And they seem to like old architecture. They're not interested in new architecture. I grew up actually in St. Louis, in the city of St. Louis. I still live in the city of St. Louis. I've always loved cities, and I think I understand how cities work, and that's what got me interested in RISE. And at this stage in my life, I feel a desire, I won't say an obligation, but I feel a desire to try to help bring St. Louis back to the great city that it was. It's still a great city, but we can make more progress in being competitive in the new world, and it makes me feel good to make a very small contribution to trying to be part of that effort.